Good morning. I'm Elaine Clayton, and this is the stream drawing message for May 23rd, the week of May 23rd. Let's just see what we get. All right, so stream drawings are done eyes closed using non-dominant hand. So I have to use my left hand even though I'm right-handed. Eyes closed to get into a stream of consciousness flow and start to be receptive to intuitive insights. So I don't know what this will look like, but just want to have a general message for us for this week. When I open my eyes, I'll see what it looks like. Okay, got a lot of activity. This is interesting. This is now the gazing part, where we continue the stream of consciousness flow that we started in the drawing, and kind of take it from there. This is sort of fun. All right. I don't know. It just reminds me of the Dalai Lama for some reason. But look, he's doing a dance. So what does that mean? Okay. I have to write a note down. Dancing. Okay. There's a lot of dancing going on. This person too. There's a number 5 here. Oh, this looks like a scrum a little bit. 2 people. Is it a dance or a fight or a rebirth, like twins hatching out of I don't know. There's a 5 here. There's a 5 here. So expect a lot of change. Okay, number 5, for me, the personality of number 5. It looks visually, intuitively like it's got wheels. So, so it's got mobility. So I would say mobility, but what causes mobility? What causes us to move, to get moving? Sometimes conflict, sometimes aspiration, sometimes just forced circumstances. So this is going to be a very active week, I think. Yeah, it's going to get interesting. Try not to fight. Try not to get into a fight. We go back to this past position, like what has set us up for the energy of this week. This is sort of a sad, grief-filled, someone's kind of praying over a situation. We have a lot of things to pray over. There's a lot of strife. So trying to look at this for ways in which it's like this person, inside of them, they have a mountain peak. So maybe reaching a peak of some kind at the same time when there's a lot to be sad about. So basically, when the world is under duress, we still have to, we still get to live our lives as best we can. And so whatever's giving you grief, don't let it stop you from your own potential, from developing your own best way of living every day. And this week especially, this looks like an empty gun holster. So where's the gun? I think that there's just been a lot of violence, and the issue of ways in which we as a culture have increased violence. Of course, there's war going on. There's a lot of global sorrow. So I think there's grief. This is a lot of grief, but because this is in a past position, I think that it's kind of what we've been going through. And now, often it's easy to take feelings of grief that we're not fully conscious of and then get into it with someone. But this may not be a fight. Like I said, this may be a dance, like the Dalai Lama here. The Dalai Lama dancing. And, I just have to think to myself intuitively, what does that represent? What does the Dalai Lama represent? For me personally, there are a couple of things, but of course, he's always mirthful. He's got a spark in his eye. He's got mirth. He's loving, of course. He's our great teacher. In many ways, what would we do without him in our messed up world? He's a symbol of someone who's steadily loving and whose whole life purpose is to give an energy to the world that is peace-filled. So maybe we're just supposed to kind of align with that ultimately this week. Or maybe as we go through the week, I'd love to hear from you if your week has felt really jazzy and strangely active, whether it's because of some grief overcome, some violence that we're seeing culturally, or if it's in your own personal world, that things sort of heated up or got going in an interesting way. And ultimately, let's try to go through this week with a lot of enthusiasm for love, for fulfilling the soul purpose. Here's a double soul purpose symbol. So soul purpose for me is the infinity symbol. When it shows up, I know that the indicator is about, fulfilling why we're here, what to do with the time that we have. This is kind of cute. It reminds me someone sitting, contemplating the soul purpose. I think when we do that, we should do that with mirth, with the traits of Dalai Lama, with mirth, with a sense of love, with a playfulness, with seeking out the people that would be great teachers for us. Especially if we've come out of grief and possible conflict or great change. Remember, number 5 is mobility. Change that has left us questioning again what our soul purpose is. And this is the intuitive stream drawing for this week. Let me know in the comment section if you have any thoughts or feelings about this intuitive. This is just a really quick view. Usually I spend about an hour of time with these, and I turn them every way they can be turned. But if you want to know more, you can find out more in The Way of the Empath. And also, just Making Marks, Discover the Art of Intuitive Drawing. Both are books that go into empathic intuitive drawing and using drawing as a tool for better empathic sensing and intuitive intelligence. And I'm Elaine Clayton. You can reach me at elaineclayton.com. Have a great week.